Welcome to week 2, everyone, of your purchasing class. This is basically just a very simple review week, going over our kitchen measurements that you've already, of course, reviewed quite a bit in your Skills 1 class, and also recipe conversions. As part of the lab section of this course, you will be developing a menu, and you have to convert the recipes for that menu for a yield of 6 people, I believe it is. So conversions, as you're learning, are a big part of the food world and working in restaurants and kitchens. And of course, if you're purchasing food and food product for your establishment, you're going to need to know your recipe yields and how to convert those recipe yields. So this is just a review of that. In week 2 section, as you can see here, this is the page where we just talk a little bit about reviewing. So I've attached 3 documents here. There's 2 on measurements. There's a graph, and then there's a visual sheet on measurements. And then there's just a review sheet on recipe conversions. So when you open up these documents, you can just review them, read through them. It should just be a nice, overview of what you've, discussed before in previous classes. Let me show you this one document here. This is the recipe conversion document. So you're just going to review this. And once you've reviewed these documents that are attached here, then there's 2 review quizzes, I guess you could call them, also in the coursework section. There's 1 review quiz on measurements, and there's a 1 review quiz on conversion factor. When you take those 2 review quizzes, that will give you the 20 points that you need for your participation points for the week. Okay. So recipe conversions, when you read through this document, remember you're always thinking about what your new yield for the recipe needs to be versus what the old yield for the recipe is. So this just reviews, let's say we have a very simple chicken recipe. The original yield was for 6. That meant it served 6 people, 6 portions. But as you see here, we're wanting to change it to a yield of 9. So what that means is we divide the new yield, which is 9, divided by the old yield, which is 6, and that gives us our conversion factor. That conversion factor is then what we're using. We multiply that by all the existing ingredients to give us the new amounts that we need for the recipe. Okay, so just a basic review of recipe conversions and measurements this week. Take those 2 review quizzes in order to get your 20 points. And I think that's it. Have fun. Thanks, guys.